novel across its history has been one of the most intimate machines or apparatuses we have for measuring passing time and for working out how the time passing in our head is structured, not only by technology but by culture more generally. And if it's true that digital technology is changing the way that we think and the way that we experience time, then the novel is the best place that we can go for a critical understanding of those changes. The novel is brilliant at thinking about and reproducing sharp, short, traumatic experience. The novel's brilliant at panic, it's brilliant at boredom. So if we're living in a time when the very experience of thought, of being, is changing its time signature, that doesn't mean to say we don't read novels anymore. It means that the novel is a great resource to go to understand what that means and how it changes the texture and colour of contemporary being. Other forms of expression, you were talking about journalism or history, historiography, or a legal document, depend upon their capacity to tell the truth. The novel is entirely freed from that obligation. So if an example might be the famous second half of Samuel Beckett's novel Malloy, written from the point of view of a narrator called Moran. And this report starts with the line, "It's midnight, the rain is beating on the windows," and ends with Moran saying, "I went into my house, I sat at my desk, and I wrote, 'It's midnight, the rain is beating on the windows.' It was not midnight, it was not raining." Thereby emptying out or evacuating all of the truth content of the narrative that he's just written. Now the novel, as I say, is free from the obligation to tell the truth, but that doesn't mean to say that it isn't itself truthful. The novel is a struggle to tell the world as it is, but the fact that it's freed from certain kinds of obligations to factual correctness, the novel allows us to experience the sort of machinery of expression and of experience itself in a very intimate way, in a way that no other art form, in my view, can. There are at least two distinct ways that we can think about what the role of the novel is in culture and society. The first is, I suppose, to think of the novel as a very long archive of historical experience. The second role, though, is perhaps even more important, as thinking about the novel as a tool or an apparatus that we have in order to build and generate the cultures that we're living in. You look at the novel now, and you look at the novel as an extraordinarily inventive and restless form, and you realise that the novel is able not only to describe the world as it is, but to harbour visions of the world as it will be or as it might be. The second great role of the novel is as a machine to bring about the future. We're living at a time, I think, where the question of not only the value of the novel, but the value of literary expression more generally is coming under some scrutiny. So what I've set out to do in The Value of the Novel is to give a very short and I hope lucid account of what the novel has been able to do through its history since the 18th century. In the context of trying to boldly reimagine what the question of value means for us today, and to find a way of giving new expression to what it is that the novel and the novel uniquely can do.